Hey guys, Brian here. I just want to do a quick cleaning tutorial on how I clean my guns. Um, there's really no right way to clean a gun. I mean, there are a few wrong ways, but I'm just going to show you right here with my XDS subcompact. It's empty, no mag. So the first step with the XDS is you pull the slide back. Then there's this little lever right here. You just flip that up. On some models it can be really stiff, but I've enabled lube mine up so it flips up pretty easy. You flip that up, you let the slide go back, and you pull the trigger. Right, that's how you disassemble the XDS. And then you got your spring right here, and you got your barrel right here. Check that out. Yeah, the rifling. Pretty cool, huh? And then you got your trigger assembly group right in there, and everything else pretty much. When I clean my stuff, I just use hops. I got this cleaning gun bore cleaner, and then I got some gun oil. Okay. And what I like to do is I just like to take some of this cleaner. Let's see, I'll pour it in like a little cap. I'll just pour it in this cap. And I'll just use like a little Q-tip. That's what I like to do personally. So I got a little cap full. Just dip the Q-tip in there. And then what I like to do is I like to do everything. Just go all the way up and down this thing. Look at all that. Definitely, when you're cleaning these things, make sure you clean the feed ramp. That's that shiny thing right there. That way you don't have any problems feeding. And then also, just something off to the side, I like to use cotton balls too. Cotton balls, and I have this sock right here that I've been using for a while. Just because it helps hold some of the oils and stuff that I'm using. Yeah, that's nice and good. And then I go by with a dry one. Make sure, get every last little bit of that cleaner out. And then I'll go by and use some gun oil on that same part. Hope you guys had a good new year. I did. I didn't really stay up or anything. I just and for the gun oil, you can just dab it on the Q-tip too. That's what I do at least. Just make sure everything is all nice and lubed up. And the gun oil is it's thicker than the cleaner. It's more dense. The cleaner tends to like evaporate a little bit. Ooh, slippery. Okay, and then I'll just go by with my sock that I have here and get most of the oil off. Not all of it, just most of it. Now, let's look in that bad boy. You can actually see it's a lot more shinier now. Peekaboo! Yep, so it's all nice and shiny. The feed ramps, everything on that. And now for the spring. I don't know really the best way to do the spring, but I just take the cotton ball and rub it around. Kind of like that. Seems to work for me. And you can also move the spring around a little bit and then do it again. That's what I like to do, at least. Just put some gun oil on there. Spring needs the most lube probably out of all of it because it's getting the most wear. Okay. Next thing on my list, I like to clean the insides of this. I just clean the rails, just clean everything pretty much with the Q-tip. And then what I'll do is I'll go back and then hit it with the gun oil. You can see that was pretty filthy. And especially when you put the gun oil, you want to get it inside those little rails where the slide goes back and forth, the gun oil. That way, because there's a lot of movement there, and the slide needs all the lubrication it can get. I also like to lubricate the extractor. That little thing right there is the extractor. Let's see if I can move it for you. It's kind of stiff. It's hard to do with my fingers. I like to get some oil in that because it takes a lot of movement too. Let's see if I can show you now with this. It'll be easier to. Yeah, there you go. And what I did was I just put a drop of oil right there and then moved it back and forth a little bit. That'll help get some oil in there. And I just wipe the rest off with the sock. You don't want excess oil on your gun. Number one, because once you start firing it, all the carbon and everything else is going to stick to that oil immediately, right? And that's why when I clean it, all that black stuff comes off. That's the carbon and just crud. And if you have too much oil, what it's going to do is it's going to act like a wet sandpaper, okay? So if you just get a little bit of lubrication on there, that's all you really need. You don't need a ton of lubrication. Your gun shouldn't be wet. Just enough to have it lubricated. And I like to put just like one drop on each of the rails. Okay, last and not least, the trigger assembly group and the other feed ramps. First I hit it with the cleaner, and then I hit it with the oil. I like to get it everywhere with this stuff. One thing you want to do also is your this little lever that allows you to disassemble. There's a little bar right in here. Make sure you lubricate that up good too. That'll help you for next time when you're trying to take your gun apart and it's being a pain. You can tell it needed it. Look at that. Got some gun oil on here. These ramps right here that the slide goes on. Make sure you get those all lubed up. You can tell that that's where the main source of the wear is. You can see it's shiny. That, and there's 2 ramps on the back as well right there. And I like to get everything nice and lubed. I also like to lube the inside tracks of where the magazine goes. That way you don't have any problems getting your magazine in there. And the oil on that will help suck up some of that extra carbon that's getting locked everywhere. Okay. Now, I'll just put it back together real quick. First barrel goes in here like that. Right? It sits in there like that. Then the spring goes in, just like that. That clicks down right on that. And the gun slides back on those. Pull it all the way back, put the lever up, flip this lever down, release the slide. And we have a clean XDS 9mm. Hope you enjoyed the video, folks. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.